Two bounty hunters apprehended a man wanted in Connecticut only to be arrested themselves.
And William Sabota enter not guilty pleas to charges they kidnapped 25-year-old Julian Vasquez in February. State police report says troopers called the bondsman a short time later and they agreed to pull over on Route 95 near exit 13. At that point, they were arrested and Vasquez was eventually released.
I told you to go in your room and close your doors. She let him jump out the window.
No, I didn't let him do anything.
Police said that was kidnapping.
They didn't have a right to take me out of my house.
It's just not consistent with any reasonable thinking.
Police arrested Khalil Abdullah and Kevin Roberson and charged them with false imprisonment, kidnapping, and...
Don't touch me. Don't put your hands on me. You're not recording. You're not recording. Don't come in. Yes, you do. Don't come in my house. Don't come in. You don't have a warrant to walk into my house.
Dude, do you not know how the law works?
Do you not know how the law works?
Now let's get this video started. But first, cue the music. What's going on, guys? Again, disorderly private news. The last video in that montage comes to us from Alpha's Alley. I am 99% sure if somebody has a different channel, put it in the comment section, because I want nothing more than the correct channel to get the correct credit. Now we're going to watch that video in full, and then we'll go over what is a bounty hunter, how does he make money, what is his relationship to a bail bondsman, how does a bail bondsman make money, and then we're going to talk about this YouTube bounty hunter who believes he can kick in any door anytime he wants. In fact, he says it all the time. He's known for it. He's above the law. He's above police officers in that regard. There's footage I'll show you of him having a warrant put out for his arrest, and you won't believe the outcome. But first, let's watch the main video.
Don't touch me. Don't put your hands on me. You're not recording. You're not recording. Okay, don't put your hands on me. You cannot touch me. Yes, you did. You put your hands on me.
Because you're in my way.
No, you're in my way. This is my house, and you do not let me see the warrant. Let me see the warrant. Let me see the warrant. Okay, I pleaded and showed you. Let me see the warrant. You're not coming in. You're not coming in. Yes, you do. Don't come in my house. Don't come in my house. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm the one. Make sure that you're recording this. Put his hands on me.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It does matter. It does matter. It does matter. You don't pay my rent. You don't pay my rent. It doesn't matter. You don't pay my rent. You can't come in here. It doesn't matter. And you're not going to come in unless I see the warrant. You have a warrant for Joe Moreno. You don't have a warrant to walk into my house.
Yeah, wherever Joe Moreno is.
You still don't have a warrant to walk into my house.
Dude, do you not know how the law works?
Do you not know how the law works? You're not supposed to put your hands on me. You're not supposed to. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You did put your hands on me. And you put your hands on me. And if you were recording like you said you were, we can both have an attitude.
I don't have an attitude.
Yeah, you do. If you don't like your job, that's not my fault. Until I see a warrant for you to come into my house, then we can talk. You don't have a warrant to come into my house. And I'm not gonna let you walk into my house. Not even the front office can give you that permission to walk into my house.
Yeah, the owner can.
No, they can't. She's not the owner.
Yeah, we got permission.
She's not the owner. She's a manager here. She doesn't own the property.
Say the manager, did I?
You said the owner. No, the owner doesn't. The owner doesn't even live here in San Antonio. That's how I know you're lying.
I know it doesn't. We got a phone number.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Sounds good.
You're calling or you want me to call?
No, go ahead. Call it in.
So y'all don't have a warrant, right?
I'll tell you again that we do.
No, you don't have a warrant to come into my house. When you have a warrant to come into my house, you can come back. Go get it. What is your badge number and your name?
Okay.
What's your badge number and your name? Camera for resisting. He didn't give me his badge number or his name, and y'all have to give me that. What's his name and his badge number? What's his name and his badge number? They're refusing to give me their name and their badge number. Make sure you put that on there.
Get in trouble for harboring a fugitive.
Yeah, and you know, it doesn't matter.
They can take your kids.
It doesn't matter. No, they can't.
Yeah, they can.
No, they can't. No, they can't. I know the law. I know the law, and it's just the way that y'all could get in trouble for putting your hands on me or not giving me your name or anything. I can do the same thing.
So what do you guys think about that video? There's an updated version over at Alpha's Alley. I'll put the link to that channel in my description. Now, what did this gentleman do to try and exude authority, to try and display authority that he does not have? Well, a fugitive recovery agent, that sounds very, very professional and important, but it means nothing. You know, you could call a janitor a environmental specialist. It's just a euphemism. So go on to the comment section and tell me, what did they do to try and show authority, try and fake out the homeowner? Now, this is YouTube sensation Bounty Hunter Tank after he gets a warrant for his arrest for kicking someone's door down.
All right, so I'm headed up to the court. Like I said, I have a warrant for my arrest for criminal damaging. I kicked in the cosigner.
You're going to sign to a judge, and then you go to the judge.
So what happened here, and I'm assuming, based on some of the things he said that somebody informed him that he had a warrant out for his arrest. So he showed up at the courthouse. He paid a fee to have the warrant quashed. So you can pay a fee and then see the judge that same day. So that's what he did. And he cites that he has case law that says he's allowed to kick in people's doors. What is that case law? It's called Taylor versus Tainter. And as you can see, it was heard in 1873. So this is the case law here that Bounty Hunter Tank is citing. It's Tainter, or Taylor versus Tainter. In 1866, a man by the name of Edward McGuire was in jail on a case in Connecticut for grand larceny. He was bonded out by bondsmen for $8,000. So in 1866, $8,000 bonded out of a case in Connecticut. He returns home to his house in New York. Well, the bondsman didn't know he had a warrant out for his arrest in Maine. So he gets arrested and ends up having to do 15 years in Maine. So obviously, come October of 1866 in Connecticut, he is not present. So he's considered a bail jumper. Now, these bondsmen are on the hook for this $8,000, but they are claiming it's not their fault. They didn't know about the warrant in Maine. And because he was being extradited at the time he was supposed to be in the courtroom in Connecticut, it was actually the government that impeded him from being there. So they believed they didn't have to pay. And in a 4-3 vote, 2 justices recused themselves. The Supreme Court went against them, and they had to pay the $8,000. But they also realized, wow, there's this whole operation, these bail bondsmen and bounty hunters. We better regulate this, because every Tom, Dick, and Harry will be slapping a gold star on their heart and kicking in their ex-girlfriend's door because she broke up with them. Now, this is the most commonly referenced paragraph in the decision. I know this because it's labeled commonly referenced paragraph. When bail is given, the principal is regarded as delivered to the custody of his sureties. Their dominion is a continuance of the original imprisonment. Whenever they choose to do so, they may seize him and deliver him up in their discharge. And if that cannot be done at once, they may imprison him until it can be done. They may exercise their rights in person or by agent. They may pursue him into another state, may arrest him on the Sabbath, and if necessary, may break and enter his house for that purpose. The seizure is not made by virtue of new process. None is needed. It is likened to the rearrest by the sheriff of an escaping prisoner. Now, I think we can all agree that this is outdated, right? This case law is outdated. They're talking about being able to do it on the Sabbath. So our society doesn't work like that anymore. But because bail bondsmen and bounty hunters are so infrequent and so under the radar that there's never been a need to make more case law. So you're citing case law that we all agree is outdated. And if somebody doesn't agree it's not outdated, put it in the comment section and we can debate that. So he cited case law, and it also said in there, in the man's home. You're kicking in the cosigner's door. So even if we applied this case law to 2021, it still doesn't cover you. So for whatever reason, the prosecutor in Ohio dropped the charges against Tank, the bounty hunter.
And I will be straight to those people's house to kick their fucking door in again.
Lastly, the economics of a bounty hunter and bail bondsman. A bail bondsman will charge you 10 to 20% of your bail. Bail is set, let's say, at $100,000 by the judge. They'll charge you 10 to 20% of a non-refundable fee. So that's $10,000, $20,000. They pledge to the court that they pay the other remaining balance, which is $80,000 to $90,000 depending. Some courts and states make you pay that up front. Other states, the courts will only ask you for that money if the person does not come through the whole portion of the trial. Now, you get your money back regardless of the outcome. So if you put up the money, even if you're found guilty, you will get your bond back. In Illinois, it's minus 10%. So if you get $10,000 coming back to you, you get minus 10% there, you get $9,000. A bail bondsman, if they had to put up the money and the court case is over, they'll get their money back. Bails are only there to ensure that you come to the outcome of the trial, the outcome of the case. They're not there as a penalty. So as long as you come to the outcome of the case, the person who put up the bond or the bail gets it back. A bounty hunter, now, a bail bondsman can be both a bail bondsman and a bounty hunter. But if a bail bondsman needs to hire a bounty hunter, usually the price is 10 to 20% of the bond. Obviously, I just said that's the same thing that a bail bondsman charges you. So if it's 15% this bail bondsman charges the person in jail, he'll obviously pay lower than that, 10% to a bounty hunter. Otherwise, he would be out of business. So there you go. That's the story of bail and bonds. Now, the last thing, a bail is what a judge sets. A bond is what a bondsman pays. So a bond is just what the bondsman pays, that he's assuring that this person will come and this is the money, the bond. The bail is actually the number the judge says. Like I said, bondsmen are illegal in Illinois and 3 other states. So I don't know much about it until I did this video. But there you go. That's the difference between bails and bonds and bondsmen and the bounty hunter Tank and bondsmen kidnapping people. And I'm Disorderly Product News, wishing you and yours a very safe and happy rest of the work week. Good night.